Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tattooed Chef. I'm your host, Audition, and today we're going to make a very interesting dish, one of my personal favorites. It's called an Italian roll, and what it is Italian and Asian cuisine fused together. We're taking the Asian way of making sushi and using all Italian ingredients. So the first thing we need to do is make up a quick pesto. We're going with a sun-dried tomato pesto. Add some garlic, chop it up nicely here, and throw that into our mortar. Some sun-dried tomatoes. Chop them up just the same way, a nice fine chop because it's going in the mortar. We don't have the advantage of going into the blender and compensating for a bad cut. And we'll toss in a little bit of Asiago cheese. Grab our basil, roll it up nice here, and get a nice fine chop on your basil. When you roll it up like this, it's called a chiffonade cut, and it works great because it keeps the basil nice and compact, and you don't have to do nearly as much dicing, and it won't be all over the place. So we take that and we throw it in our mortar as well. I preheated my pan with olive oil. Obviously, it's an Italian theme. I have a nice veal scallopini here. It's just simply flattened veal, very delicious. Season this up a little bit here, some salt. Throw in a little pepper for some kick, and just grab that and you throw it in your pan, and you want to hear that sizzle. That's the one right there, that's what we're looking for. So that's going to sizzle away nice here, and at the same time I whipped up some marinara sauce and threw in a little bit of wasabi to give it just a little punch and a little bit of kick because I like my food spicy. Made up some sushi rice, very simply, short grain Japanese rice. Throw in a little bit of rice wine vinegar and cook it up. You can see our veal's almost done here. There we go, get a bit of fire going. Flip it over. Nice, love that sizzle. There we go. Just the excess oil being burned off, don't worry. Try not to set up your smoke detector at home. Part of won't want to come to dinner. Finishing off the pesto, you're going to grind up some pine nuts. You can do that with the back of your knife. You can use a mortar. You can use your pan, pretty much anything you want. Take our mortar here, drop in a bit of olive oil. Again, it's Italian. We want to use those nice, good ingredients. And we mix it up. Just like Nona in Sicily does. You get right in there with the mortar, grind it all up. And that's all set. Our veal looks like it's just about done. We'll flash it one more time. Shut it off. And throw that on paper towel. If your veal's wet, if it's still got the oil, the rice won't stick and it's not going to work for you. So I'm going to let that sit there. I did one up earlier. I've got a nice dried out piece of veal. I've got my sushi rice. Just take a handful. Big trick, make sure it's cold. You don't want to burn your hands. We're going to spread that just across the veal like so. You want to get down to all the edges, making sure it sticks perfectly. There we go, cover it up. That's looking good. And you flip it over, just pack it down a little bit more. That's some cold water. That way your rice doesn't stick to your hands. Put your hands in there, throw a little bit of sun-dried tomato pesto. And a nice slice of Asiago cheese, just like that. Get my sushi mat out. You can buy these almost anywhere. It's a great investment, a must-have if you're going to cook any type of Asian dishes. And you just want to start to roll your sushi up here, just like so, nice and tight. Get it to fold over, pull it back, just like that. Roll it in a nice pack. You don't want it falling apart when you cut it. And your end product should look something like that. Try to cover it a little bit more than I did, but you're not going to always get it perfect on the first go. Using your knife, you want to trim off the edges so we can stand up our sushi and make it look nice. Our grade 10 food teacher taught me that. Even if you can't cook, make it look nice, people will eat your food. It's the best way to go. So we're going to cut the sushi on a bit of an angle here on this one. So we got a nice little piece like that. And this one here, we're going to do the same thing. Cut it a bit smaller, so I'm going to stand them up. Get a nice angle on this one. Now my plate today, I'm going to get you to take a look. We've got some balsamic reduction, just some boiled off balsamic vinegar, roasted red pepper, green pepper, some goat cheese. Nice little cheese basket. If you tune in next week, I'll teach you how to make all these neat little things. Let's take our wasabi marinara. Delicious. We're going to fill it in there. The red on the white kind of looks like our Japanese flag. So we're going to take our one little sushi here, stand it up in the middle. Got the nice little shorter one. Put it there. Stand this one up like that. I went ahead and I deep fried some basil, give it a nice gloss. Just tuck that in there. Give your plate some height. Just a little bit of basil we're going to put on top like that. And you know what? I love cheese. Let's put a little bit more on there. And that is how you make an Italian roll. It's delicious. I know if you try it, we'll toss on some chopsticks. Come back next week and I'll show you how to make the marinara like my grandpa used to do, and a couple of neat other little tricks. Thanks for coming by. Hope to see you soon.